welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we got a really cool review. We got this big box full of goodies sent to us by Elitetattoosupply. They are a big upcoming supplier for tattoo equipment. I think they're also selling their equipment on Killer Ink, which is also pretty cool. So that definitely shows that they are entering the big game of all these suppliers and builders that are coming up nowadays. So let's see what's actually inside this box. We got this really cool t-shirt that I should probably put on. Then we got really nice boxes of Infinity cartridges, which we're gonna review in a separate video. We got some awesome stickers, we got some stencil paper, and then we got the Pocket S6 Stencil Printer, and that's where this review is gonna be about. We're gonna unbox it, test it, walk through the app and see how this thing actually works. I know I've reviewed a couple of stencil printers in the past. It's always a little bit difficult for me to actually show what this thing can do because I only use line drawings pretty much to do my stencils, but I will try to keep it a little bit more open and try to print a couple of more stencils of what other people might actually use other than just line drawings. So I'm gonna try my best. We're gonna download the app and get through that, and let's just start opening up this box and see what's actually inside. Let's go. So as you can see right here, we got the box with the stencil printer in it, and we got a box inside this box. Open it up. We got this little nice carrying sleeve, which I actually like. This is a warranty card that comes with the stencil printer, and then right here we got the stencil printer itself. It also has a nice charging cable. I think you could also use this to set it up with your computer. We're just gonna use it Bluetooth with the iPad today. One thing I miss is there's not really a user manual inside this box, although my contact did send me one through my messages. So there is a manual, so I hope they're actually gonna put this manual in the boxes as well. As well as another thing that I've mentioned to my contact person is it doesn't show anywhere which app I should download. Now it is very easy to find. If you just type in Elite Tattooing in your app store, it'll bring you to the stencil app. But if you compare it to other companies that I've used, they had like a little QR code either on the machine or on the box that just directs you directly to the app store, or in the user manual, of course. Now right here you got a button, I think you got two or just one, yeah, where you can open up this little disc here. You can feed the paper through to print your stencil. Right here on the side you got a power on button, your charging port, and then here is probably to feed your paper. So let's actually turn it on. It's beeping now because it's not been connected to the iPad yet, so we're quickly gonna get the iPad and connect it to this device. So let's dim the light so we can actually see what's going on the iPad. I got the printer app right here, Elite Stencil. Let's open it up. We got the settings. This is home. First we need to pair this one to the printer, so we're gonna go to settings, printer. You need to enable that it's using your Bluetooth. That's fine, and you're gonna press add printer. Here you can see Pocket S6, that's my printer. Successfully connected. There we go. Now we're gonna go back to home and let's see how we're actually gonna print some stencils. You got photo editing, edit multi-pick photos for batch printing, divide photos for large stencils. So it has that option as well with the segmentation, where you can basically divide a picture into bigger pieces if you have to do a back piece or something like that. Let's just go to the first one. Paper size A5 by 11. I have no clue. This is all inches. I don't use inches normally, so it would also be nice if this could actually be in metric. We're just gonna press OK. We're gonna allow to use photos. Let's see. We're gonna have a look at this one. It's a drawing I recently made for a client. Okay, perfect. Now right here we can crop it. We got some dimensions. You can mirror it if necessary. Turn it around, mirror it, spin it 90 degrees or 90 degrees the other way. I don't know what dimensions is. What is that? Okay, so this is basically just to scale it, but then by pressing numbers. We can crop it if you just need, for example, if you have like a whole flash sheet and you only just need one piece of that. No, we don't need to do that. I think we should just get some stencil paper in the stencil printer and then see how that actually works. So let's just open this up. That's rather annoying. Okay, we got a sheet of the stencil paper that was included in the package. We're gonna take out the little protection film and we're gonna rip part of the back off. I should probably feed it with the white paper down, because I've had it a couple of times where I actually put it in the wrong way and then it gets stuck to the printer. So we're gonna try it this way first. That's nice. You don't have to open up the case. It just starts feeding it right away. We can feed it a little bit extra. There we go. And we're just gonna hit print. When we hit print, we can select how deep, dark, medium, light. It was on dark. Let's just do dark. And you can see it's pretty fast. It pretty much starts printing straight away. Okay. Now I do notice it did take the bigger line work fairly well, but then the thinner line work is not really there. So we're gonna try it again on a little bit of a different setting. It is a little bit better. I mean, it's kind of visible, but still not really how I want it to be. Now let's see what actually happens if we put the paper in with the blue part sticking down. Now let's hope we don't break the printer. Let's see if it actually comes out stronger. It's probably gonna come out mirrored. That's one thing that's for sure. If it's gonna come out, and if it doesn't get stuck because it gets too warm. So I'm just gonna take for granted that it's gonna come out mirrored right now. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm gonna put it back on dark and let's print it. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yes, I did put it in the wrong way. Even though for like the thicker line work it does work, but you can see that this make a lot of difference for the stencil. This is actually a very good deep stencil. Already looking through it, I think if we're gonna look at it from the back, oh yeah, this is a very good usable stencil. Now what we do have to do, of course, if we put in the paper like that, we have to mirror our images. It's a good thing you can actually do that in the app, so when you load your picture you just mirror it and print it so it faces the right way. Now I do quickly want to see how that then works if we actually put it on a deeper setting, see if it comes out even better or if it's kind of the same. Oh yeah. This is looking just a little bit better. You can see it a bit in the horns. Let's actually take these stencils off. So you can definitely tell this is the one we printed on the deep setting, and this one is the one that we printed on the dark setting. You can tell that the deep setting, like the big lines are pretty similar, but especially like these small lines in the horns and these small lines here in the beard are all like a little bit different, and they seem to be a little bit more solid on the deep setting. So that's pretty cool, but definitely you have to keep the blue paper down. I did notice that on that deep setting it was getting a little bit stuck inside the printer. Not too bad, like I have had printers where it would actually be kind of like melting onto the printer. This is not the case with this printer. It could also have been that the paper was maybe in a little bit sideways, but definitely print some good stuff. Now let's see what else we can actually print with the stencil printer. Let's go to photo editing again. Okay, we got this little birdie right here. Let's see what happens if we actually don't edit this photo and just print a regular picture. Let's do medium. Here we go. Now, this is probably some of the best stencil print quality that I have seen. This is just an actual picture, the one that I showed you on my iPad, and we printed it on the medium setting just as it is without any editing. And yeah, you can see like the background was a little blurry, so you can see that. But yeah, you can actually see a lot of the detail in these leaves. Now, like once again, personally, I don't really use these kind of settings for printing stencils, but the quality of these prints are pretty good. I haven't really achieved this kind of quality of an image with any of the other stencil printers that I've used. So this was the review about the Elite Pocket printer. It is an actual really good printer. I am very impressed by how this thing actually works, and this is probably one of the better stencil printers that I have used and had got to review. I didn't really go over the whole segmentation because it is pretty straightforward. You just have the image and you can divide it in however you want it, and you can print the pictures like so. I've done that in many of other reviews about stencil printers in the past, so I didn't really feel the need to show how that actually works. And a lot of people actually just use that in their Procreate. They divide their pictures by themselves in their photo editing software. Now, the image quality of this printer is absolutely amazing. I was actually really impressed by how that works, so I can imagine why Killer Ink actually wants to work with this brand and be a distributor for them. So there are a couple of minor things that I don't really like about this printer, and that's probably because the app is pretty limited. I've used other stencil printers from other companies, and they had a pretty nice app with a lot of editing stuff where you can basically make a line drawing out of an image and do a whole bunch of other things that you are not being able to do in this app. So it's a pretty limited app. But then on the other side, apps are pretty easy to improve. I mean, there's probably somewhere on the technical board of Elite that could just do a software update and make this whole app be like new again. So I would probably recommend to Elitetattoosupply to have a little bit of a more look into how other stencil apps work and try to make it a little bit more versatile instead of what it is right now. Although it is pretty much all you need. You just need to resize, flip images and things like that, and print. That's the most important thing. And like I said, the quality of the prints are actually top notch. So yeah, really, they're nice, they're compact. I always pack a Bluetooth stencil printer whenever I go to a convention because I don't want to wait for the stencil booth. I can just print my own stencils, easy like that. So yeah, other than that, I really don't have a lot to talk about. Of course, for this machine and for all Elite tattoo supplies, I will have a coupon code for you guys and girls. So I will link that in the description down below. If you're interested in buying it, make sure you use it because you will be a big supporter for the channel and help this channel grow. And of course, make it possible to do more reviews like this. Now, I hope you really enjoyed watching, and I also hope you will have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.